How is it going, everybody? A unit update. It has been a while since I've done one of these. It's actually been maybe a couple of months, I think, since I've done an update from the unit. I know you guys have been asking me time and time again, like, Jace, what's going on? Like, how's the business going? How are things happening really in this market right now in 2025? So I'm going to give you guys an update, right? There's been good things. There's been bad things. There's been going on, of course, right now. The main problem, I guess, the main bad thing is stock availability. Trying to get hold of stock, it's an absolute nightmare. It really is a terrible, terrible time right now. So I got the unit maybe back, I think it might have been end of January, February time. So not long after Prismatic dropped, okay? And at the time, I had a decent amount of Prismatic, from pre-orders and things like that. So I had a good amount of stock regarding Prismatic itself. Even though it was quite tricky, I still managed to get hold of some, decent amount, some ETBs, a lot of the binder collections, the poster collections, stuff like that. Those were the stuff that I was able to get hold of, okay? Then I had access to a wholesaler, limited amount of stuff, but I was able to get some stuff, right? So I was able to get things like collection boxes. So I'll give you guys an example. Got some here still. We got like the Roaring Moon collection boxes. Which are pretty good, right? These collection boxes are pretty sweet looking items. They're really good, okay? These are really, really good collection boxes. There's a whole bunch of them. There's like the Roaring Moon, Iron Valiant, I think it was like the Mabastiff, Houndstone. There's a few EX boxes, some tins, the Paradox Destiny tins, the Azure Legends tins. These are really good products, and mainly because of the packs that they had inside. I'll give you guys an example. One we have here is like the Blood Moon Ursaluna, right? I've ripped open so many of these, okay? So basically these contain Surging Sparks, and they had like 2 packs of Surging Sparks in them. And that was basically how I was able to get a lot of my stuff, whether or not it would be for the streams and so on and so forth. I was able to get hold of that. So that was at the back end of January going into February. So it was fine. Right, and we launched the site. If you want to go and check it out, it is pokejaceinfo.com. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out. We had a bunch of sealed product on there. We had a bunch of singles on there, and it was exciting. It was exciting. At the beginning of February, I went to the London card show. Okay, so first time I've been in a few years. I wanted to see what it was like. It was absolutely crazy, like how busy it was. But the interesting thing is with sealed product, there was so much Prismatic there. It was unbelievable. It was like where all the UK stock went, it kind of felt like everybody had it at that card show. The amount I saw of Prismatic Evolutions was unbelievable, guys. It was just insane. I think you had a few other little bits and pieces, but it was basically Prismatic everywhere. Triple blisters, ETBs, collection boxes, you name it, they had everything there. It was wild. So that was interesting. And there was a lot of people selling a lot of singles, slabs were everywhere. And talking to a lot of the vendors at the London Card Show, I was like, how are you guys feeling with the current state of the market right now regarding getting hold of stock and so on and so forth? And they were like, it's an absolute nightmare. Some of them were like, look, I have distribution access. I just can't order anything. It's very limited and so on and so forth. And that was at the beginning of February. So obviously now we're in basically halfway through May, and it hasn't got any better. In fact, it's got worse regarding stock. So like I said before, I had access to a wholesaler, okay? And I was able to get, like I say, tins, collection boxes, mini tins, triple pack blisters, a few bits, sometimes ETBs of like Twilight or Paradox or Temporal or something like that. That was what I was able to get, those Blood Moon Ursaluna boxes and so on and so forth. So there was a lot of stuff. And I would say probably since maybe April, nothing. Like they haven't had, not even check lane blisters, literally nothing available whatsoever. And I contacted them. I said, hey, look, what's the situation? Are you getting anything in the moment? And they're like, we're not getting anything at all from Pokemon. I spoke to, like I said before, I have access to a distributor, but I can't get Pokemon product. I can get other stuff, but it's not Pokemon product. But I contacted them. This was back in the beginning of April, and I was like, hey, any ideas on any restocks, anything that may be available to be ordered? Not by myself, but just, other people as well. And they were like, nope, we're getting very little stuff from Pokemon. And this is the main distributor in the UK. This is like, we have, I think like 1 or 2 distributors in the UK. We don't have that many. And this is the biggest one, okay? And they were like, nope. We're barely getting anything from Pokemon. We're getting the new stuff that's coming. Now, at the time, that was like they just got Journey together. And again, they got a small amount for that. And they said, look, we got a couple of collection boxes that are coming out, but they're so heavily like allocated and there just isn't a lot around. And they specifically talked about the Iono collection box, I think it was, Hopsization EX box, stuff like that. And they were like, look, it is just, you're heavily allocated. We don't have a lot. That is the main issue. And I was like, okay, that is, not great, of course. Like, that's not what we want to see or hear. So I then contacted one of my friends who I know has a store near me, and he's a really good guy. And he normally has good stock and he has access to this distribution place. And he got hammered during Journey Together. He got absolutely wrecked. He lost like 80-90% of his allocation was just cut. It was just unbelievable. And this was afterwards. So this was in April. So the dust has kind of settled from Journey Together. And I said to him, look, what's the situation like now? And he's like, he goes, I've been now doing this for, I think he said, 6 years. He's been doing it. He did it at the back end, or at the start of Sword and Shield era, back end of Sun and Moon. And he's like, it's never been this bad. Never. He was like, even during 2020 and 2021, with like the Shining Fates and, the pandemic and things like that, he was like, I was still able to get stuff from the distribution. He said, now it's just nothing. And he said, he spoke to the distributor and they basically turned around and was like, nope, there's nothing for you. You're not getting anything. And he was like, I have been unable to even get the most recent collection boxes. And he said, normally, when it comes to like EX boxes and mini tins and stuff like that, he's like, they used to throw them at me to get me to buy them, right? And he's like, now I can't even get hold of them. So I'm like, okay, so this is somebody who has a long time access to distribution, who can't get any, who orders a lot on a regular basis, cannot get anything. Then there's me, and I'm sitting there thinking, how on earth can I get anything, especially at like a wholesale level, not quite at like straight from distribution? It is dire. So what have I been doing over the past couple of months? So I've been pivoting. I pivoted away from the sealed stuff. And like I said, I got a few collection boxes left, but not that many. They've been very popular. The tins have been incredibly popular. I haven't been able to keep them in stock. The amount I've sold of them has been unbelievable, to be honest. And then I've been pivoting, right? What did I move to? I moved to singles, and then they went incredibly quick. I think I had like 200-300 things from regular EXs to full arts to SIRs to golds to rainbows from Sword and Shield, illustration rares, you name it, in English. About 300 plus singles. I would say 90% are gone. I got a very, very small amount left, very small selection left. And that was incredible. So I was like, holy smokes, people just buying out on all the singles. I think a lot of people move to singles because they just can't get the packs to open, right? And then graded cards. So I've sent off a lot of stuff to get graded. Currently at the moment, I have roughly around maybe 30 or 40 cards back graded that are up on the site. And then I have another 100 plus cards coming back from PSA, which I'm still waiting. That's a whole different ball game because that is a joke. That has taken forever for me to get my cards back. They've been there since the beginning of February and they're still in the grading stage. In fact, no, they're still in the research and ID stage. They haven't even got to the grading stage yet. And it's been 3 months. So it's very, very bad PSA right now. I avoiding them. Now I've sent those off back in February. I've just avoided them completely for the last few months and probably will continue to avoid them for the foreseeable future until things improve regarding their turnaround times. I have moved to grading somewhere else. I've gone with Ace grading. I know that some people don't like Ace, some people love it. At the moment, the turnaround time, the cost, and the value is actually gone up. It has actually done well. So they've increased their prices. So their prices were like £10 to grade a card, and then you pay an extra £3 for the Ace label. So say 13. That turnaround time was about a month and a half, 2 months. Then they, because they've been so busy, they now have basically, now and again, if it's available, they have the £15 tier where the turnaround time is like 3 weeks, really quick, 2-3 weeks. And on top of that, you're looking at basically a little bit cheaper, maybe it's like £2 cheaper to grade it with them than it would with PSA. And the cards I'm grading are not like super massive cards. All the big massive cards I have are at PSA. They're waiting for like months to come back, right? So I'm waiting ages for them. What I'm getting at is the kind of low to mid tier range cards, anything ranging from maybe £5 minimum value up to somewhere in the region of maybe £20 to £30 cards. That's pretty much the cards I'm aiming for, and that's the ones I'm grading with. Some of the real big heavy hitters, like the big chase cards, the ones where you do get them in a PSA 10, they're worth an insane amount of money. They're already at PSA. They're waiting to come back, and we just have to wait and see. Other stuff, however, is gone to Ace. So I have a lot more coming back. English, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, a whole bunch of different stuff. And that's basically what I've been doing. I've been selling a hell of a lot of graded stuff recently, not only on the website, but also over on eBay. And that's basically what's been going on, guys. It has been graded all the way over the past 2 months. So basically throughout April and then this month and probably moving forward, Destined Rivals is not looking to be any better. I did manage to get some journey together for the streams, but not really for the site. Again, I did have, I mean, it was something like 4 cases minimum or 5 cases of Join Together booster boxes, and they all got cancelled. So yeah, it's pretty bad. At the moment, I do have some Destined Rivals on pre-order. Again, whether or not they'll go through is another matter. I honestly don't think they will. I think they'll get cancelled. But that's the situation right now regarding the unit. The unit's still going, all right? Still chugging along. And at the moment, I'm mainly in here packing orders. I'm mainly in here packing orders from the live streams, whether or not there'll be the live streams on YouTube. And if you do want to jump in and get involved with them, we normally stream every Friday and Sunday at 8 p.m. UK time. We do bounty hunts at the moment where you can basically have a chance to win a PSA graded card if you pull one of the big top hits in pretty much any given set that we have available. And the other day we pulled the Bubble Mew, which was absolutely incredible from Pale and Fates. It was like the second pack of the stream. It's the first time we ever pulled it, and someone took away a nice PSA 10 rainbow Hidden Fates card. It was the Legendary Birds PSA 10, which is a beautiful card. So yeah, I mean, it's really good. So if you do want to jump in, make sure to join us on the Fridays and Sundays. And if you do want to make your first time purchase on the website, make sure to use Fire Friday for that sweet 10% off. That will give you 10% off everything, including graded cards. If you want to jump into the breaks on the Friday or the Sunday, make sure to use Fire Friday on checkout for that 10% off for your first purchase. Get in there, guys. Get in there. Join us. It's good fun. We have so much fun. We do. We pull some absolute bangers as well. And on top of that, if you don't get anything, you always get guaranteed here because I throw them in there anyway. Because no one likes to leave with nothing, right? It's not how we do things. And then I've been busy on Whatnot. I've been streaming once, twice a week on Whatnot. Again, just cracking packs. We're doing £1 start breaks. They've been really good fun. We've been doing Surgeon, we've been doing Journey, we've been doing Prismatic. They've been good fun as well. But yeah, it's just, going along. And of course, if you want to join Whatnot and you don't have Whatnot account, you want £10 free credit, link is in the description. Go and check that out for £10 free credit as well. But yeah, I stream on there various different days. So make sure to drop a follow, keep an eye out. Join the Discord as well, mainly because the community in there is amazing, very heavily UK based, and we keep on top of what stock is available and where. Pokemon Center drops, people are on it. I mean, if you're looking for certain products, people are on it. People buy, sell, trade on there. It's just a nice place to be. It really is. Everyone in there is super friendly. Memes are everywhere, and it's absolutely cool. It's so much fun, and we've got a nice little community growing. We're nearly on 15k subs as well, which is just absolutely fantastic. You guys have been amazing. But I want to do some more unit videos, right? We'll do some more updates, let you guys know how things are going. But right now, it's not looking very good. It is pretty dire right now. I think Pokemon really need to step things up. So yeah, pretty bad, but that is the update of what is going on. But like I say, make sure to join us for the streams. Make sure you use that discount, get some nice money off some sweet graded cards as well. There'll be more graded cards added once I get them back, so keep an eye out for them as well. But that is it from me, guys, in today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, something a little bit different, and give you guys a little update of what is going on in my life, and the unit and the business as well. Things are going along okay. We just need to get hold of some more sealed product. Really, it's getting pretty bad out there. So I know you guys are struggling as well. It is just so bad right now. It just is. If you don't have distribution access, and even if you do, you're still getting screwed. So yeah, it's a tough one. But that's it for me, guys, in today's video. Of course, if you want to watch more Pokemon content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and keep updated of what's going on regarding me, the unit, the business, everything else. But definitely go and check out the store, pokejaceinfo.com, for all of your graded goodies right now, and join us for some sweet live breaks as well. All right, guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and peace.